everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying out the new lipsticks from Hourglass. So I went ahead and grabbed 4 shades. I'm so excited to try them on for you guys, share my thoughts with you. And I'm also going to be swatching and comparing the 4 shades that I bought next to a bunch of other shades out on the market so you guys can see how these shades compare. These are called the new Unlocked Satin Creme lipsticks. They retail for $38. They come in 21 different shades, and these are being described as experience the high impact color in a single swipe with the ultra hydrating lipstick that delivers a luxe satin cream finish. The creamy lipstick features vegan waxes for a smooth texture that glides on seamlessly and melts instantly into the lips. It's also infused with mango seed butter, avocado oil, and argan oil. The custom bullet shape allows for a precise application. This is a vegan and cruelty-free lipstick, and it is the newest addition to the Unlocked collection from Hourglass, a collection that also is supporting the Non-Human Rights Project's mission to unlock the cages of wild animals in captivity, which is what they did with the 3 holiday palettes. And Hourglass will be donating 5% of the profits from all of the Unlocked products to the organization efforts to secure fundamental rights for animals. These all have 4 grams worth of product, which is 0.14 ounces. And we're going to try them on today. I'm so excited. I will be featuring in this video the shade Lotus, Dove, Dahlia, and Oasis. So those are the 4 shades. And for reference, I am a medium with golden olive undertones. I will leave popular foundations out on the market and what shades I wear in those foundations so you guys can get an idea of my complexion and how these look on me. So that's pretty much all the information on the lipsticks. Let's go ahead and jump into trying them on. Then we will get into the swatches and all the comparisons. And then I will jump into my final thoughts. So I will see you guys then. Go ahead and try on these new lipsticks from Hourglass. I'm so excited to try these on. I've swatched them and they are so creamy. I haven't tried them on yet, so I wanted to wait for that to come on camera and try them on. So I got 4 shades. I have Dove, Oasis, Dahlia, and Lotus, and I am so excited to try them on. Okay, so the packaging is quite unique on these, and you can see that this is the top and it sits like this. It almost makes you want to put it like this, but that's not the way it's going to sit on your vanity. It's going to sit like this. But here's the thing though. I had taken all the lids off and I was swatching them all, trying to do maybe like some content with it. I hadn't tried them on my lips, but I was swatching them. The name of the shade is here on the bottom of the lid. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is the color? So I'm on the website, like looking at the shade, and I'm like, okay, what shade is this? Because I didn't want to put it on with the wrong lid. But then as I got halfway through figuring out what the heck the shades were, I noticed that right here is a sticker. Can you see that? And it says Dove. So smart on Hourglass's part because it doesn't have the shade on this bullet part. It only has it on the lid. With traditional lipsticks, they have the name on the bullet, on the bottom of the actual bullet, not the lid. So I love that they actually put the name of the actual shade right here on the bullet. So kudos to them for thinking that through. So the packaging is just really, really beautiful. I think they've done a fantastic job on these. It is a little bit confusing to find out like how this goes on because you're like, okay, wait a minute, there it is. So it takes a second to get it, like the shape of it, but it's magnetic, which I love. So we're going to try on all 4 of the shades that I picked up, and then I will also swatch them and swatch them next to a few other shades that I have that might be similar. I got to go through all my lipsticks and find similar shades to these, but I am willing to do it to show you guys. So let's first try them on, and then we will jump into the swatches. So first we have Dove, which is such a beautiful shade. And Dove is described as a soft pink peach. And on my complexion, I would say it is a peachy pink. I love the tip of this, and let's try it on. Ooh, these are creamy. I love that. That is beautiful. These feel really good. They feel really hydrating, really creamy, and really lightweight. Like you don't even really feel like you're wearing anything. Very pigmented. I mean, wow, right? Like that is pigment. Good pigment with one swipe. So very pleased with that. So this is the shade Dove. So next up we have Dahlia, which is described as a rosewood. So I'm going to put a swatch right here on my bony little hand. So that's Dahlia. On me, I would say this is a little bit more on the pink side versus rosewoody. You know, sometimes when you think of rosewoody, you think of more of a berry, almost a little bit of like a brown berry color. But on me, this is a little bit brighter. It's a little bit more on the pink side, which to me, it's a beautiful shade. For me, on my complexion, I wouldn't describe this as a rosewood, but that's just me. But such a gorgeous shade though, right? Next up, we have Lotus, which is described as a deep neutral rose. That is Lotus on me. And I would say it's a bright pink for me. Let's try it on. I wouldn't describe this as a deep neutral rose. For me, on my complexion, this just does not feel like a neutral deep rose. This is quite bright, and it kind of reminds me of a shade that I have from Lisa Eldridge, which I will definitely be swatching this shade next to it. But this is so gorgeous, especially with summer coming. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade. But for me, it's definitely more of a brighter pink. It is. And there's nothing wrong with that though. I'm fine with it. I'm just giving you guys my thoughts on the color and how it's being described on the Hourglass website. That's the only reason why I'm kind of saying to you guys, well, it doesn't really feel that way, right? Like I'm just giving you guys my perception of the color on my complexion and how it compares to the description of the actual shade on the website. So, but I think this is a beautiful shade. When I first swatched this, I thought, that is the lipstick version of my gloss Ray that I created with Christian Audette. It feels like it's the lipstick version of it. And I just love this shade. It's so beautiful. So this is the shade Lotus. And then finally we have Oasis, which Oasis is being described as a neutral pink. So that is Oasis. All right, let's try it on. I would say this is a neutral pink. Kind of gives me the Pillow Talk vibes. It kind of has that kind of mauve-y tone to it. So it kind of reminds me of the Pillow Talk. I'll definitely swatch the shade next to Pillow Talk because that's the vibe it gives me. So this is the shade Oasis. So these are the 4 shades that I personally picked up. That's it for the try-on portion. Let's go ahead and jump into those swatches so you guys can see how these shades compare to other shades out on the market. And then I will jump into my final thoughts. So I will see you guys then. Okay, so I'm back. I do hope that those swatches and comparisons were helpful. I've been sitting here for probably about 3 or 4 hours swatching all of those lipsticks. I wanted to kind of group them together in case you were interested in just one of the 4 shades that I had. I did have some similar shades in my collection, as you could tell in the swatches. And as you probably noticed, I did mention when I applied Oasis, which is what I'm wearing right now, it did remind me of Pillow Talk, and they are very similar. Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury is the Matte Revolution formula. It has more of that matte finish. And the one from Hourglass has a little bit more of a shine, but they are kind of similar. I would say the formula reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury Kissing formula. It kind of feels the same. It looks the same. So if the Kissing formula from Charlotte Tilbury is one of your favorites, I think you will absolutely love this formula from Hourglass. But these two are pretty similar. They are. And that's not a bad thing because they're not identical. I think if you like Pillow Talk, you'll really, really love Oasis. Overall, I think these lipsticks are absolutely beautiful. I love the formula. I've been wearing it pretty much all day since I started filming earlier, and they're very, very comfortable on the lip. Like I mentioned, they're very similar to the Kissing formula from Charlotte Tilbury. So if you're familiar with that, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about, but they give just a soft shine, but they're also really beautiful and long wearing. I love these. I think these are great. And I think it's exactly what Hourglass needed in their collection. I've always really enjoyed this formula in this sleek packaging, and these are so long wearing. Like these are, gosh, these are good. But it was nice to see that they actually launched traditional lipsticks. I will say it's going to be hard to kind of get used to not putting it like this, like storing it like this, but I think they look so beautiful stored together. I just love the packaging. I think the packaging is sleek and beautiful, and they're reasonably priced. I was excited to see that. You know, with Hourglass, you never know what they're going to do with their pricing. Really reasonable, and I think they're also comparable to Charlotte Tilbury. They're in that same price range, and they're also very comparable as far as the quality. And to be completely honest with you, this is just me on a personal level, I think the ones from Hourglass are probably a little bit more luxurious than the ones from Charlotte Tilbury, only because of the packaging. I think the packaging is so sleek on these, and yet they're about the same price as the Charlotte Tilbury. And don't get me wrong, Charlotte Tilbury has beautiful lipsticks, and some of her formulas are some of the best out of the market, but I'm just speaking to overall. I was happy to see that they were able to produce a really beautiful lipstick, very sleek, very clean, cruelty-free formula, and the price is not astronomical. So well done, Hourglass. I would like to pick up a few more shades because I actually really do like these lipsticks, but I'm going to hold off for a little bit, and maybe I'll pick them up in the summertime. But that's all for the video. I hope that all of this information was helpful. Sound out down below how many of you guys bought any of these lipsticks from Hourglass, and what shades did you guys get? I'm so curious to hear your thoughts. So sound off down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.